Hey, what's up? It's Joey Little again with your Facebook Live and your podcast here live in Kansas City. Unless you're looking at this in the future, then still here in Kansas City, maybe. And if you're listening on the podcast, you want to join the Facebook Live, don't forget you can go to facebook.com/sociallittleman. Send me a friend request. Love having more friends. Speaking of friends, that's what we're going to talk about today is the term FOMO and what Facebook has attributed to FOMO, the fear of missing out, whether it be on a personal side or whether it be on a professional side, because it can go on both ways. First of all, I'm going to define FOMO. This is from Michael Hogan, PhD, what FOMO is. And, excuse me, it means, wow, I got a little choked up here. I had it here. Anxiety that an exciting or interesting event may be currently happening elsewhere, often aroused by posts seen on a social media website, making you feel like you're missing out. Fear of missing out. This has been going on for years and years and years and years, and this is something that I think that a lot of people struggle with, even though it's all in their head. It's all a story that you're telling yourself, and that's either on the professional side or on the personal side. You can see Facebook has given us a window of the world of other people, but not specifically a window. It's more of a censored window of somebody else's life. Now, if you follow any kind of celebrity or anything online, you're automatically going to be kind of in. There's a reason why you're following them, right? You do want to kind of keep up with them. Kenneth says through the Facebook Live, I have FOMO relating to craft beer, bruh. Hashtag bruh. Only during conferences. Now, it can work that way. So FOMO. First of all, you just got to say, have you ever been in a situation where you've been on Facebook and you've been looking at Facebook and it just made you feel like you're not being included, or you want to be included but you don't know the right people, or somebody's just living a life that's way above and beyond what you think you are living. Now, when Andrew Myers, thanks for popping in. Andrew says only during conferences. Now, in the automotive industry or any kind of industry, there is conferences going on. Then absolutely, you feel like you're missing out on a ton of stuff, and it tends to be something that can really affect who we are professionally and personally, make you make some decisions on your own life that's not necessarily true, meaning that you are judging your everyday life to somebody else's highlight reel. I'm sure that we've seen those all over Pinterest or Instagram. Never compare your regular day-to-day to somebody else's highlight reel. And that can happen professionally too. So if you feel like you're in a rut and you feel like you're trying to do whatever you can to make yourself, move forward up the ladder or whatever it is, and you're seeing other people out there that are, posting that they just accomplished this or they just accomplished that, or maybe they got a really expensive watch or a new car or whatever it is, it kind of makes that fear of missing out. And the problem is you cannot fall into that rut. You cannot fall into that hole of thinking. Thank you, Arnold. Arnold joining in saying, "Did I miss something?" Oh, that is a great pun. But so what we discussed today is what you're seeing online compared to what you're actually doing. The fact is, we do what we want to do. We live our lives the way that we want to live our lives, unless there's other things that are taking a factor here, whether it be personal responsibility for if you have children or pets or parents, sick parents, or if you have an illness, or financially or whatever it is. You have to put yourself in that situation and know that you do have the limits of what you can and cannot do. And FOMO will really, really screw you up. It'll absolutely screw you up, and you can't let it set inside of you. I haven't met one person. Maybe I have, but I've had this discussion with a few people privately, maybe over drinks or something like that, where we talked about FOMO. And I believe I've suffered at it. I've had that a lot. I get that. I understand it. The life that I portray on Facebook, which is a more professional life that you see, traveling the country, going to different cities. I have an amazing life. I have a great life. I enjoy what I do professionally. I enjoy talking to dealerships and talking to other small businesses and things like that to help them with the grow their reach, or to create great content. And that's the whole thing. You have to understand what you have to understand completely to help you out with the FOMO situation is that Facebook is an absolute personal branding marketing tool. What it is. There are a certain group of people out there, a small minority, a lot of you guys know them, and they are what we call negative attention seekers. They are the ones that post the vague, we call it vague book, the vague stuff. Savannah, since she's jealous of my life, you shouldn't be. You should absolutely not be jealous of my life. but they do the vague book. They just want that attention. They just put the kind of vague stuff like that. Oh no, 6 days in a row, I can't, and that kind of stuff. And that's what they want. They want attention. That's the way they get it. And then there's other people, the majority of us, that try not to. Hola, Kevin. Thanks for joining in. They want to impress people. I mean, that's what you do. You maybe not all your posts, but you do. You want to brag about the fact. You want to brag the fact, hey, I'm in Cabo San Lucas, or I'm in Australia, or I just got a promotion, or just trying this brand new sushi for the first time and it's absolutely delicious. You know, you're kind of bragging the fact, and you at the same time you want to kind of boost yourself up, and that's what happens, especially on the professional side of things. And the thing is, you just can't believe it. You can believe it, but you just can't take it as an everyday. You can't take everybody else's highlight reel and compare it to your own day to day. Now, if you were with me day to day, every day, right, from morning till night, you would say that I live a very boring life. I live a very boring life. I'm kind of a recluse sometimes. I tend to be, I seem like I may be an extrovert, but I tend to be more introverted. I tend to spend a lot more time to myself, and so FOMO can affect that. Joe Dallas says, it took a 2-year sabbatical from social, best thing I ever did. No longer need people's likes or comments to feel complete. And that's what happens. Sometimes we need likes, comments to feel complete. Sometimes we need, if we put a picture of ourselves up looking really good, maybe a selfie, maybe a picture with friends, out drinking, having a good time, and then we want to see every one of those likes that we get tends to make us feel a little bit better about our life. Because we think if people are liking that, then they're accepting what we're doing. The problem is the other side of that, the FOMO, the absolute FOMO. I can't tell you how many times that I've been out having a cocktail or two with some friends, not having a good time at all, wishing that I was back home in my bed or in front of Netflix or whatever it is, and then take a picture and smile, and I've got a suit on, and I've got beautiful people with me. And it looks so much different than what it really is. Heather says, not on this day from years ago, sucked, not boring, but drama. I can't believe I posted those things. I'm in a great place now. I'm mindful of what I post. So you were one of those doomsday, whatever, back in the day. Joe got a job and his boss made him get back on Facebook. Anyone who has regular visits to Jimmy John's is a pretty plain guy. I don't go to Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's comes to me. And I haven't had Jimmy John's in about a week, so we have to get back on that horse. But anyway, so let's take an example. So next week I'll be leaving Wednesday. Wednesday I'll be going to, where am I going first? San Antonio, Texas. I'm heading to San Antonio, Texas for Wednesday and Thursday. I'm taking Friday off as a personal day, taking a day off. A friend of mine is, Mike is going to be flying down to San Antonio, and we're going to hang out that weekend on the river walk. And it's going to look a lot more exciting online than it really is going to be in real life, right? And if you've never experienced that before, then maybe a little bit more FOMO sets in. Then I fly back on Sunday night, and then I leave again Monday evening. I'm going to fly to Lexington, Kentucky, for a David Kane event that's going to be happening in Lexington, and then I get back on Thursday. So Chris says Brad is suffering FOMO right now because he's in a meeting and can't listen to the live broadcast. What am I missing in San Antonio? I can't even handle the stress. I appreciate that. So that's what it is. It's just this FOMO. What am I missing out on? Why isn't my life as complete? And this I'm talking in general. How can I not be the same as somebody else? Why is this person have more fun than me? Why am I not invited to this party? Why am I not invited to this party? First of all, which I do have a thing about Facebook events. We're going to talk about that in a second here too. When it comes to FOMO, Facebook events, I think are probably becoming the worst thing I've ever seen on Facebook besides like gating. But you ever notice this on Facebook events, by the way? I'll do it now. Have you ever noticed on Facebook events, you'll invite 500 people to an event. Let's say it's a local event. Let's say it's just a local kind of get together, barbecue, whatever it is. Nothing, you're not going to charge anybody to get in. It's not raising money. It's just a get together, right? You invite 500 people. 100 of them say that they will be there. Go on Facebook, click, I'll be there. Yep. And then 4 people show up. Do you notice that? It's like the Facebook algorithm of events, and it's just horrible. Arnold gets invited to every party. Heather says people selling things online look more glamorous than I'm sure they really are. Yep, that is absolutely true. You have to understand that Facebook is a marketing tool. No matter what you think anybody is using it for, it is a marketing tool. Somebody is marketing something. If you've got the doomsday glooms, woe is me, people feel sorry for me, blah, blah, blah type posts, they're marketing to get people to notice that, to give them that false sense of security that everything's going to be okay. They just want somebody to notice them. They just want that. And I'm not a psychologist. Excuse me, I think just put two of those words together. I am a dime store psychologist. And it just seems like that's what they want. Marketers take something really awesome and pure and ruin it. That's what we do. That's true, Joe. That's what we do. And the reason that I know that I'm a good marketer, it has nothing to do with any awards that I've won, Stevies or Addies or anything like that. The reason I know I'm a marketer, a good marketer on Facebook, and you can test this by yourself too, to find out if you're a good marketer on Facebook, and I'm going to say this, as a social scientist, I can't say that with a straight face, is that I can get people to come up to me and say, oh my God, your life is so awesome. Your life is so amazing. Oh my God, your life is just crazy awesome. And I so wish that, here's the deal. No, I just market it that way. I market it that way. And Arnold says it causes people to run around with your face on shirts and stickers. Oh, goodness. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's marketing. It's 100% marketing. Do I have a great time? Absolutely. Am I living a different life than I was living 10, 15 years ago before Facebook? Yeah, absolutely. Was I having just as much fun then? Yeah, but on a lower scale. I didn't exactly know the scale of what I am having fun with now, going around the country, meeting great people, eating at wonderful restaurants, staying at great hotels. But there's always that next level. There's always the next level. And think about it that way too. When it comes to FOMO, there are things that you are doing right now, that you are putting on Facebook right now, not at this moment, but you have put on Facebook that has caused FOMO for other people. And those people that posted things on Facebook that has caused FOMO for other people. And on down the line. I heard this the other day. I can't remember who told me this, but I think it was Julian Johnston. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it was. Look at Emily coming in. Hey, Emily Staples. And remind me, I'm going to say what Julian said. Biggest issue for my generation is FOMO. It seems to be the only problem people talk about. Feel like you're missing out. But you're not. You're not missing out on anything. And Emily, I know you very well. That you get invited to some cool stuff and people want you around. Most of people want you around until you turn 42 years old. But what they said, what JJ, I don't know if it was JJ, but he said he never, ever, ever wants to be the richest man in the room. Never. You always want something to strive for. You always want something to inspire you, right? The FOMO is just, I still suffer from it. I absolutely suffer from it. You were just jealous I go to Pilates at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's from LaSalle. But we all have our different levels. Do I suffer from fear of missing out when it comes to a lot of speaking engagements, like somebody that maybe has gone a little bit further or has other verticals, so it's a wider industry than what I work in? I work in one specific industry, basically, which is automotive retail, and I work with car sales specialists or marketing or advertisers. But if I was in other verticals, could I have a more expanded life online? Absolutely, I could. Absolutely. I could speak at more conferences. I could do more workshops. But I choose to stay in my lane, and that's where I'm at. And that makes it so I have something to strive for if I want to get different. I'm only 42. I got a few more years of this, and we'll see what happens. You do not work in automotive retail. I work in automotive retail vendorship. Thank you, Arnold. It's like my mom watches these and just like, I'm glad I'm not writing these out because Arnold would be grammar Naziing the hell out of what I'm saying here. So, but think about the FOMO side and think about think about how it affects you professionally. Think about how you can change that professionally. How you can see other consultants or other people in your industry that are working, that are doing things, and not be jealous or not feel like you're missing out on what they're doing. But how can you put yourself in a situation that you can almost be at that same level and strive for that same level? Because once you get to that level, and once you're doing the same kind of, once you do the same kind of content or the same kind of life of what you are striving for now, then there's going to be a next level that you're going to wish to strive for. So FOMO is always going to be there. It's just if you allow it to take over you or not. And that's kind of the message today. So any questions or any concerns or anything you want to talk about on the Facebook Live? It was kind of a quick one, 14 minutes today. It's like I'm in and out. But yeah, we've been discussing a little bit of the FOMO side. I don't explain it. I think it all kind of just registered with me because I saw so many woe is me posts that are online. There's just I try to delete the people that post those. I really do. I have no issue deleting somebody on Facebook. I have got no qualms. I delete people on Twitter all the time too. I deleted everybody on Twitter and just saved the people that I worked with on Twitter. And I got caught up in where was I? Vegas? No, where was the digital dealers at? Orlando, something like that. So, would you rather see "Woe is me" or election posts? Arnold T. Arena. I would rather see election posts. I think they're funny. I think the election posts are funny. It's funny to see the passion on both sides of the aisle, on the liberals and the conservatives, about how much they hate each other. It's crazy. Kevin, I delete those peeps in a heartbeat. Yeah, absolutely. You got to get rid of them. Nah, the election posts don't bother me. It's just funny that what really kind of gets me on the election side is the people that are bouncing back and forth, that don't really have their decision made yet, because then Hillary will have something with the emails, and then Donald will say something dumb, and then I think right now he's getting into some trouble with some emails now, and then Hillary's got some more email problems, and it's just like people bounce back and forth. The thing is about the issues, I mean, it's more of a bipartisan, not bipartisan, but it's not like back and forth, but the election posts are huge. I just think they're silly. I really do. I think the majority of people that are watching or see Facebook, any kind of election posts that go through their Facebook, I think they're thinking one thing. I think they're thinking that they have two distinct or three distinct groups of friends. They either have the people that are really kind of hardcore on the liberal, Hillary or Bernie or whatever it is, Joe Biden, Osama bin Laden. He's not running for president, is he? No, and then you've got Donald Trump, and you've got maybe the others, but it's kind of splitting up. But it's so curious to see the passion that a lot of my friends or connections online have to do with the election, and to know that it can't be because they think they're going to change anybody's mind. It can't be. I just said Osama bin Laden. I think social media has influenced the election more than anyone but WikiLeaks. No, I don't think that's true. I don't think social media has really influenced anybody in the election at all. I think that most Americans are smart enough to keep their mind open and kind of look past a lot of the issues. I mean, issues that you find very, very pressing to you. Now, Kevin, I know you're a big Trump supporter, and I know that the Hillary emails really, really bother you, the whole Benghazi thing, et cetera, et cetera. I know that really, really bothers you, but I know somebody else that it doesn't bother them at all because they see it from a different perspective, and they've done their own research, you've done your research, and they hate Trump, and they think Trump's a big joke. I think it's comical. I don't know. I think it's comical. It's like, basically what it comes down to in an analogy. It comes down to, it's like one big yo mama joke, snap on stage. It's all it is, snapping back and forth. Kevin, I saw you yesterday, you and I forget, our boy up in Washington kind of go back and forth about a post. But yeah, I'm like Joey Little, like posts about me. Absolutely. I love it. Social media metrics say Trump will win 48 out of 50 states according to the sentiment of posts about each person. But I say at the same time, it's also been proven that Trump has more bots online that are swaying that as well. So I mean, you can go back and forth. Here's what it comes down to. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody has any clue. I mean, somebody can come out and say that Hillary's going to win. Somebody can come out and say that Trump's going to win, just based off of numbers. And if you live by the numbers, you die by the numbers. So it's FOMO, right? FOMO. Let's get rid of it. Let's not worry about it. Let's put it to side, especially professional FOMO. Instead of being jealous or instead of being hard on yourself, use it to empower yourself. Use it to change your strategy. As I tell you what, when Kenny's putting up 16 to 17 different customer testimonials through video, it's got to make any other person that's selling cars get a little jealous. So, but just do the same thing. Sorry, we were talking about election there for a little bit. But Lizelle, you just saw I didn't give my 2 cents. I just kind of said I wasn't going to vote for it. But who knows? All right. Well, have a great day. This one a little bit more fun today, a little bit more personal. It is Wednesday. I'll see you again tomorrow. If you're in Kansas City, make sure you hit me up. We'll go to lunch. We'll do something. All right. Well, have a great day, everybody. Keep smiling.